Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Life After Lockup, grinding in my nose, um, it's all over the place. This is season 3, episode 46 for the season. So, thank you for tuning in for this review. I just finished put a ring on it, so make sure that if you have not watched that review, to go watch that review as well. So, thank y'all for tuning in to this live one, and also to all the replay watchers who always come through and show out. Y'all know to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Y'all know the link to Jaylee's Corner Talk is always in the description box below this very video. Okay. Like the video, comment in the comment section, share on social media. To relax, to relate, to release, center yourself and everyone around you during hard times, honey. Also to inhale and exhale. That's the only way to get through the day. Follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner on IG and also on Jaylee's Corner. No, at Jaylee's Corner on Twitter. And y'all know to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Let's just get into this particular episode. The foolishness, was all around everyone here, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. Do not forget to look at the poll at the beginning of each live. Would you help pay a large debt that your partner incurred, either before you or whatever? Would you help pay that debt off? So far as 20% saying yes and 77% saying no. So make sure to hit that poll. That's if you're live. The replay, you can't see it. Anyway, let's get started. The first couple we have is Sean and Sarah. So Sarah got out of jail after Sean went to Ohio to get her or whatever. Now we know that he had messed with both Destiny and Sarah at the same time, even though neither of them know that or whatever. Those are both of their mug shots. That is Sarah from 6 years ago when she was in prison. But again, now she is here and she's not with Sean. And, he brought up how he had only seen her one mug shot, from 6 years ago. He had not seen her at all besides that. But she told him that, she looked the same. And she does. She looks a little bit older. But she looks great, honestly, truth be told. Even her that day, where's the photo? Even her here, she still, looks nice, nice hair. She's very small. She's like 4'11". She's very petite. It's weird to me how much Sean likes how little she is. It's like, you want kids? It's weird. It was a weirdness about him saying how, she's so tiny or she's so little. I was like, I just don't understand that. But I mean, that's on them. But anywho, so he brought up how she told him that, she was going to be nervous or whatever. So she wanted him to make her a drink. So he made her like a liquor smoothie, with, fruits or whatever. He also brought up how they plan to have sex anywhere or somewhere, which to me is dumb because he has a hotel room. Like, why would y'all have to have sex in the car or on the road, like when you can just drive back to the hotel and have sex? It's weird to me. But I think because she supposedly was going back to her mom's house, so where would they be able to go before she had to go back to her mom's house was the issue. But it's just weird. Now we know just last year or last season, it was when he was getting out Destiny or whatever. Now 5 months after breaking up with her of them not working out, he's now here getting Sarah out of jail. Now I will say when they got out, they hugged, they kissed. It was a different vibe when it was with Destiny or whatever. Sarah does have a different vibe. She does have a I want to be. She doesn't seem crazy. I'll say that. She does not seem crazy. But it's whatever. Now, Sarah, it's crazy. I fell in love with somebody, over the phone and through letters or whatever. But again, I like him or whatever. I'm nervous, but I am attracted to him right now. Okay, right now. I agree. I agree. Yes, it was awkward. You know what I'm saying? I think she looks great. Also, she was looking. She is. I'm like, she is really cute. I'm like, Is Sean on drugs because his antics Because what entices him about the drug addict? Well, she isn't on. Well, we don't know if she's on drugs. I'll say that. But it's fine, fine, fine. Now she brought up how she only had dated young punks in her past, or whatever. But Sean was, older, more mature, no tattoos or whatever. It does not do drugs. So she does have a past in that in some kind of way. But I don't know if she used to be this a round drug addict or if she is one too. But we shall find out eventually. Now, I don't know if she knows how old he is because he's 46 in real life. I think he told her he was 36. I'm like, would you know he's older than that or whatever? But fine, fine, fine. But again, I do want to know that she has a completely different vibe, a completely different energy than Destiny did. It's a more positive, bubbly vibe, and that's crazy considering she just got out of prison. But again, it's fine, fine, fine. Shauna's so cheap. Why'd I take her to a bar? Right. I'm like, right, you made her drink at the house at the hotel. And he's like, I hope she doesn't get so drunk. He was like, I hope she don't get so drunk that she can't like have sex. I'm like, why is that your concern? I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Okay. Now, Sarah then tells us why she wanted. I'm like, why was she in jail? Like, we didn't know that at all. Now, Sarah was in jail for 6 years for involuntary manslaughter. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Someone died from heroin that she sold them and helped them use. Now, I don't know if that means she used it too, or she, administered it to them. However, because of that is why she was in jail. Now, she also seemed very sincere in saying how she was so sorry that it happened and that, she just wants to be a productive person in society now. And it's weird, but also a good thing that if someone is a drug addict and they're normally taking drugs, I can't fully blame the drug dealer. Okay. Fully. But I think it's amazing that they're making things to where if you help someone take drugs and they pass away from it, that you're held accountable. So I'm stuck in between that realm of that's fair, but also unfair. And I understand it, but also don't understand it. So again, it's that weird thing. But I liked how remorseful she seemed in talking about it. Where you see other people who will talk about their crimes or whatever happened, the nonchalant, I don't really care attitude. Yeah, I agree. She has a potential to be productive, and it's based on how she came off, even when she first was on camera at the prison outside, and even her confessional, seemed very sincere. So I do think she can be productive. To me, she reminds me of Brittany and Marcelino, whatever. How Brittany wanted to be done with prison. So I hope that can work out for her. But in riding home, because he gives her a phone, he gave her some other things or whatever, and when they're riding the car for him to take her, I guess, to her mom's house, because he asked like how long, at what time you have to be there. Oh, a couple hours or whatever. So he gave her the phone, he gave her a little drink or whatnot, he gave her some flowers. And on the phone, she called her mom. And she said on the phone, like, okay, it's okay, you're not on speakerphone. Something like, well, she hadn't something. And she said, there's something I have not told Sean. He's asked me several times about it or whatever. And I've always told him no, but I was lying. And, I'm going to now have to tell him. Now, we don't know what that something is. Okay. We do not know what it is. But again, I want to see what it is. I like her on here. I don't like Sean. But I'm happy that she's on the show because I always want them to give new energy with castmates or whatever and not have the same kind of BS and whatnot. So I do think she's a breath of fresh air to the franchise, to the show, whatever. But we shall see. Now, Sarah needs to run. I can agree. She gonna realize Sean ain't worth nothing and he's gonna be sick. Yeah. I agree. Her change made me nervous. Yeah, because I wonder what it is. Or I wonder what the secret is. You know what I'm saying? Um, she's gonna play that fool, and I am here for it. Zero sympathy for him. Yeah, Sean has a. Oh, it could be a kid. That's true. Hmm. Or she could be married. Hmm. Yeah, I want to know what her secret is. Let me know now. Anyway, Brittany and Marcelino. We did not see Mars this episode. We just seen Brittany with her friend. I think her name was Kano, who was the friend she met in prison, who was also the woman who had the dude who stole the money. So the dude who stole the money, they know through Kano. Okay. So Brittany and Kano meets with a prison. So my notes say so. Brittany meets with her prison friend and about the drug addict friend with the next cop friends. That's what my notes say. But yeah, they meet with a cop, and it was weird to me that Brittany was like, should we be talking to a cop? Like, are we like snitching? Like, I'm like, bitch, you are far removed from, the not snitching thing. If somebody stole money from you and you're talking to a cop, you're not snitching. He stole from you. What is wrong with you, girlie? Grow up. Okay, grow up. For me. So they explained how they all put in money. How they put in 8,000, but other people put in 8,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. So people put in different amounts of money to open up this business or whatever. They put it into a business account because the drug addict friend told them they would have to have all this money up front to show whoever that they would have enough money to pay rent at this facility, for months on end or whatever. So he convinced them, we have to put all this money into a business account. Okay. However, his name was the only name on the account, and now he's gone. They think he's back on drugs or whatever. So it's weird. So the cop asked the simplest question, okay, that I feel like anybody would ask in this situation. So did y'all have a contract? Because if it's business, there should be some kind of contract. And when they said no, we didn't do that because no one trusts as convicts or whatever or ex offenders to do business with. So since drug friend was not a felon, and he had told them that he had worked for the government or whatever, that he was all these things. He was a space cadet. He was a captain of a ship. He runs Foot Locker. He had all these accolades and what he do, and they trusted him because of those things. And cops said, I could tell y'all that I was all those things too, but like, did y'all see any proof? Did y'all even ask for a old badge to show? Because he told them that he worked for, I think, for the Pentagon. So did y'all ask for any proof of any of that he told y'all? And they both said, no, we didn't. We didn't ask for any proof. So, okay. This is when we realize dumb is dumb is dumb. And wow, you cannot be out here trying to open up a business when you have no business sense about yourself. Because he fooled he fooled all y'all. Okay, he fooled Brittany. He fooled prison friend. He also fooled the other person who was an investor. And you didn't ask for a business contract. You didn't ask for access to the bank accounts. You didn't ask for any proof that he was who he said he was. Okay. But y'all knew for a fact that he was a former drug addict, and not saying you can't trust a former drug addict because, again, whatever. However, I can't trust that you may not take my money. I need to have some kind of control over that. And it was weird to me that I was like, yeah, it's a whole stupid tax. I was like, so did y'all just want to get cut? I was like, I just don't know. What if they would have gave this fake their last to Lacey? I'm not dealing with y'all. But it was pretty stupid all around. And the cop was like, look, at the end of the day, yes, y'all dumb. Y'all are very, because the questions he asked them made them was him saying y'all dumb. He didn't have a contract. He didn't ask for any proof that who he was, who said he was. But he does explain that, okay, if y'all had a verbal agreement, and because a verbal agreement is liable, a verbal agreement can be held up in court. still had a verbal agreement with him to have a business, okay, and you have proof of receipts that y'all gave him money for said business, okay, then him taking that money would be embezzlement. So that would be something to where the cops can get involved or whatever. But I feel like stupidity and embezzlement runs hand in hand. Because y'all allowed that man, y'all really just gave that man y'all money because y'all didn't ask him for anything business wise. Even if he's saying y'all name can't go on a contract, I still need to see a contract for this facility, the company name we have. Like I need to see that thing. I'm like, what did he show y'all to get y'all to give him the money? Don't know. I agree with this. Wait, I found the coincidence all this happening around filming time. Well, for one, I think they film a lot of stuff and they then edit together what happened. So I think other boring shit could have been happening. We just don't see that. I'll say that. But it's just stupid to do that. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so now because of that, they can now get receipts together, whatever. But Brittany has to now go tell Marcelina because he don't know yet, and I'm not gonna be pissed. And not because of the money being gone. I would be pissed that you were dumb enough to not just ask for some kind of proof because like that's common sense to me. It's common sense if you partner with someone and no one is having to put up any money, y'all just working on it, fine. That is where a verbal agreement can be found. But if I have to put up money for something, I need something in writing immediately or whatever. Okay, but again, we will see what happens with that. Next up, we have Amber and Puppy. I'm sick of Amber and Puppy. I feel like the show started off with Amber and Vincent. Then Puppy got added into that, and then it was when Puppy came home. It's just a lot, and I feel like I don't know if the show was holding on to them or if Amber don't have shit else going for herself, and she just wants to keep being on here. But I'm like, I'm sick of Amber and Puppy because I'm just weirded out by where this is going. That is just confusing me. So Amber has now been out of prison for 2 years. We've been watching her for 2 years. And now she's also still dating Sammy, but whatever. Now, right, why are they back? Why? I don't understand. It's stupid. Okay. She said how I still care about Puppy. I do not want anything to happen to her, whatever you're saying. So I have not talked to her since we kind of fell out. And I've been calling her, whatever. She has not been responding. I'm like, y'all don't talk no more. If we was together or whatever, or in whatever way, and we fall out and you call me, I don't answer, I probably just don't want to talk to you. Okay. But it's weird. Anyway, right. I do think Amber looked for Puppy before the show. Yes. Leave them at the bottom where we left them. Okay. They down there. Leave them down there. Anyway, they did not need to come back at all. They were on last season when Puppy was the last season when Puppy came home. But before Puppy came home, we was following Amber and Vince. So it's a whole weird thing. I'm like, this dumb. But again, she had not talked to Puppy, had not seen Puppy, whatever. So she go by Puppy mama house. So I was just happy to see that she was still, alive, but she's sick. She was sick last time we seen her. But she went by Puppy mama house, and Puppy mom said, I have not seen or talked to her in 2 weeks or whatever, so I don't know. I'm also worried about her as well. Like, she was supposed to take me to my medical appointments or whatever, my treatment, and she has not done that. So I'm worried that something has either happened to her or she just, not talking to me, but I'm still worried. So Puppy mama gives, but Puppy mama's still mad at Amber too, because Amber played Puppy. Amber and Puppy fucking around in prison. They met in prison. When Amber came home, Amber lived with Puppy's mom. When Puppy came home to the house, and it was then Puppy, her mama, and Amber still played Puppy like she didn't want to be with Puppy, but she would also still fuck with Puppy. So she still used Puppy, period. And I think her mama knows that and did not like how once my child came home, your energy was different with my child. Okay. You knew my child wanted you. You played with her emotions, okay, and kind of fucked over. But again, I'm whatever it was gonna be. Um, but she still told Amber where an address where Puppy was supposed to stand at, and said, "Hey, you can go look, girl, check the girl. I gotta focus. You have to go check on her if you want to, and let me know if she's okay." So at the house, we see Amber with her roommate. So her roommate is also a prisoner. Okay. First of all, I'm upset at how she on here in the dirty shirt, messy hair, and that hat. I feel like why would nobody or Amber, why wouldn't you say at least have your hair fixed because the show come by today? I feel like she's like a ragamuffin, and I was upset. Okay, that's not nice. So, but both of them are on probation or parole for 20 years. So they don't know they want to go to this house. They don't know what Puppy's into. It could be some drugs, whatever. Anything can happen. If they get involved, they can go back to jail. So they like Google the address or whatever. Say, oh, this is a nice house. So they go over there, sit outside, and they stalk in the house to see if Puppy's there or whatever. And she eventually goes and knocks on the door. And I feel like Puppy's gonna answer, but it cut off, so we don't know. However, she at least went looking for Puppy because she said, us felons have to stick together. So Amber, black felon, went looking for drunk ass Puppy. I'm like, girl, again, I don't really need Amber and Puppy. I feel like you could have brought back any other couple besides them. Okay, there's a lot of material with other couples beside these two. So I feel like, okay, do not bring them back again. Ever. Okay, I also feel like, are we gonna see stuff between Amber and who's that man name? Amber and Sammy. If it would have been Amber and Sammy stuff, okay, maybe, because she like him. But the whole I'm so concerned with Puppy, I don't believe you. I don't. But I'm gonna leave that be. Next up, we have Brittany and Ray. And he's out now, looking good or whatever. I'm saying they go to visit his family. So we see his uncle with his uncle's arms out, his daddy laughing. Okay, his mom or stepmom, also his aunt and like a niece or whatever. So, or cousin, I don't know. And then of course Brittany and Ray. Ray looks nice. Okay, I think Brittany seen him and said, okay, he looks good. Okay, he looks better with me. Okay, I want to be with him. I think is what you said. Now, they over letting them know that he has got a job. He's now a materials handler at a warehouse. He makes $15 an hour, whatever. Great. Now, he feels happy to be out. He like, I realize I have to, like, I'm lucky to have Brittany because, again, Brittany's so loving and she's caring or whatever. And so I'm now having to start my life over, like, for myself, but also start a life over with her. So, again, there's a lot going on or whatever. So they sitting up there, and the conversation of his restitution comes up because she brings it because they were also talking about how much he makes and making money, but the bills he has to pay this $143,000 worth of restitution. And so Brittany was like, does me marrying him mean I should help him pay that debt? Should I take on that debt? Because I work 2 jobs, like I work hard for myself, and I don't want my checks garnished based on what he did. Now, y'all gonna probably not agree with me. Okay. Now, his whole family said yes, you should take on that debt. And now this is what they said. You said you wanted him. Okay, so that's a part of marriage. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even something to be, thinking about if you really want him for him. Now, I feel 2 ways about that. Now, when the uncle then said, if you had a kid and he married you and he had to take responsibility for that kid, it's the same thing. I'm like, oh, so it's restitution a kid now? That's a baby? I don't agree with that. Now, this is my thing. When you marry someone, you marry whatever their debt is. Not just restitution, but also there's student loans, like all those things kind of connect within themselves. So I'm not saying that she should want to actively pay off his debt. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is when you marry someone, their debt becomes your debt. Period. Okay. Yandy did not legally marry Mendices for that exact reason. Because of his restitution, because of child supports, because of other money situations that she would have became liable for one way or the other. Now, I do not agree with comparing restitution in prison to helping someone care for a child. However, I do feel like if you want to marry someone and you love them and that's your choice to find a strange man in prison who was robbing, CVS's and now he owes all this money, whatever, that's on you. Ray is saying, let's hold off on kids. I think Ray is also saying, let's hold off on getting engaged because I have to pay on this restitution. She's the one who wants all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be careful who you want to marry because their bad credit becomes your bad credit. Their bad debt becomes your bad debt. So she's not wrong for asking the question. And his family isn't wrong for saying, if you want to marry him, yes, that debt will become your debt. You know what I'm saying? So that's just law. Okay, that's what it is. I don't know, right. He would not be my partner to begin with, okay? But in the end, Brittany's going to invest way more in Ray. Yes, that's very, very true. I completely agree. And even his mom or his aunt brought up how that amount of money is like buying a house. I'm like, that's very, very true. I would help him by making sure he's at work on time so he can make his payments. Because again, if he's making payments on it and there's a payment plan, they're not going to garnish her per se. However, if he's not paying on it, then yes, they come after y'all. Okay? Y'all. So it's weird. She's in prison, he reached out on her. True, that's fine that look, I'm going to say this. She did not find him, he found her. That is true. However, she found out he was in prison within enough time to walk away. Okay, it wasn't as if he told her, I live out of state. Okay, and I can't come see you right now. And he got out of prison. And she found out he was in prison while he was in prison. So she didn't go looking for him, but she found him while he was in prison. Okay, she's the one in a hurry. Okay, he got that debt for her. I ain't paying. My ex was paying child support, which I found out about the child after we got married, and I didn't help pay. Each person has a right to their opinion. I would need to know what kind of debt anyone I'm dating and considering marrying has. I need to run a credit report on you. Okay, I need to see what's going on because I do not want to take on your debt. Okay, money, debt, your back taxes, all of that should be a conversation being had while dating someone once you're to the point of having a conversation about marriage. That's my opinion. She's gonna pay the restitution because it's gonna want him to pay for the date. That's probably true. She'll help him pay off. But she doesn't have to want to do that. However, this is what happens when you get married. Because even if he was somebody who wasn't in prison, let's say he had $150,000 worth of student loan debt. If you marry him, that debt becomes your debt. All debts at some point or other, when you will become married, become both of y'all shits. Okay, so either way it go, the money coming to the household is going to go to paying off that debt. What I will say is, if they work this show well enough, he can pay that off quick. Okay? Because him working a little job for 15 an hour is one thing. Him being on this show, which can make them at least $50,000 if they play it right. If you play this right and have sponsorships and deals, because being on these shows pushes you out to brands, and brands will pay you money to promote shit. If he's smart, if she's smart, if they're smart, they can pay off his debt in like a year. But everybody don't think like me. Okay, I'm leave that be. Um, uh, what? Somebody, honey, I just don't. Just somebody. That's a troll because I'm like that's weird. I'm leave that be. She wanted a man boy that would be dependent on her. As well. True, that's what she wanted. That's I had time for even today ain't the day. Okay. Oh, you already got him out. Look. You was about to catch it. You was about to catch the rat. I look. I had time. Anyway, so that was their conversation. Now, I also like how she brought up how her family, at least her mom, does not want to meet Ray. They feel like Ray is not, she could do better than Ray or whatever, and how they just want someone who doesn't have the stigma of being somebody in prison. And his mom was like, "Fuck your mama." Okay, Ray's a good person or whatever. Yes, he made a mistake. He made a mistake, but he ain't using you. Y'all want to put a little crump out you? Okay, I will. Because I'm like, why do I see another? Honey, look. Today ain't the day. It really isn't. I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. I know it's just trolls, y'all. But say a prayer that I don't, jump off the deep end. But his mom saying, your mom doesn't have a right to judge him because I think it was a different that came in, or maybe this had been weird on my screen, Ash Tuck, but thanks to my mods. Because I'm about to decide, girl. But again, she's right. Ray did make a mistake, okay? But that does not define him. She also brought up how, you sent him money in prison because you wanted to, okay? So your mom can't feel like he made you do shit. You know what I'm saying? That was on you. Also, how Ray is a person, whatever. She should let him show her that he's a good person because that's just the thing to do. And I just feel like her mom is very judgmental, and I think that's on her mom. I also feel like no one should care about her mom feeling good on who he is, because again, if she with him, it is what it is. Okay. And to not want to meet Ray speaks more on how her mom is than who Ray is to me. Okay. And I'm like, girl, bye. And also his mom had a point. She could be with somebody who wasn't in prison who's worse than Ray. So to judge him based on just solely him being in prison is shit to me. And I agree. I don't like her mama for that exact reason. Because again, it's weird that she does not want to meet him. And like now he has a job or whatever. And like he came out trying to do good. So like why have an issue? Okay, but I'm gonna leave that be. Yeah, stepmom ain't playing. Okay, at all with her baby. And I think it's because again, we have to remember Ray only went to prison got one time. He's not like a habitual offender, as far as we know, whatever. He has brought up how he's had a trouble childhood with his mom. The things he went through, then got locked up. He's now out trying to be productive. I don't want anyone feeling like we can judge somebody based on one mistake. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. So that's the bullshit that I don't like that her mom seems to be doing. True. Does not trust Brittany to pick a guy. However, that's an issue to have with Brittany, not with Ray. Okay? It's like the mom, right, won't give him a chance because based on the daughter. Okay? He do. Nice guy. And the family, even say how, she stood it, they still seem to care for him. But they also like Brittany. They're not being weird to her, but they're going to defend him when she's bringing up how her mom is judging him. Okay? But Brittany works, I believe, in the medical field, if I'm not mistaken. Unless her main job. But, whatever. Mama said she would meet him when he brings something to the table. I feel like your concern should not be what he brings to the table. You should want to see him to see who your daughter is with. You have to sometimes be around folk to see what they about. Okay, you can't test how it goes if you don't ever see them. How can you know she's in trouble if you won't even, be around that person? So, that's the bullshit of it all. But I'm gonna leave that be too. We will see what happens next time. Lastly, we have John and Christiana. Honey, her eyebrow. I'm so mad at her eyebrow. I'm like that man. Her so stretchy. Can't fix the eyebrow right. Um, they were on. I think it was last season as well. I don't mind that they're back because John is just an asshole to me. Now look, John is 48. She's 36. Drug life I'm 39. Okay. But anyway, she's been out of prison this time for a month. And she's been back and forth in prison, back and forth on drugs. She has the whole back and forth thing. And she's wondering if he is still fucking her sister. Okay. Now we know that John and the sister were like flirting. Okay. But she wonders, like, did he bang my sister? Okay. Did he still want to be with my sister? Like, what's going on between him and my sister? Yeah, she looks really sad and depressed. And because now it was two different looks she had. So I do feel like, they recorded some stuff before and then some stuff after. I'm like, things must have happened that was worse. But we're gonna see. But John is still saying nothing happened between me and Terry, whatever. I love you too much. I love you too much to, cheat on you or whatever. I'm like, but do you really? Do you really? Okay. Not it's the eyebrows for me, production. But she had a different one. Let me find a picture. I feel like stuff was recorded before and after some things because again, at one point, it was a different eyebrow, and I was confused. But I know for these shows, they will sometimes record one thing and then have you re-record in the same outfit and hairstyle to make it seem seamless. So like this one, her eyebrow is fixed. It's fixed right here. However, here, it's messed up. So I'm like, they reshot something later on within the season, and her eyebrow at that point in time was fixed. I'm looking like that eyebrow and the other eyebrow is two different eyebrows. Okay. Even the makeup is different. Like this one, she has no makeup on, it looks like. Or this is probably some concealer. And on here, somebody beat her face and whatnot. But again, it's still foolishness all up and through, if you ask me. Now, not look animated. Y'all not right. But thank God for making me laugh today. He keeps saying how he was being I was honest with her. I told her, I'm like, no, you told her after she asked you. The first time she asked you, you lied. You omitted some things, what I'm saying? And when her sister then told her what actually happened, that y'all almost kissed, you then had to come clean because she asked you what happened, okay? So stop lying. Now, when his daughter, who was 18, came by asking what's going on or whatever, he's like, well, things aren't that good or whatever because she's upset that I was flirting with Tara, the sister. And the daughter brings up how, so you was flirting with your wife's sister? That's weird. Not only that, are you really ready for marriage? Because again, you should not be doing that. Okay, that's not a good sign if you're doing that so easily with your new wife and whatnot. And not only that, you and your wife don't even know each other. Okay, you have not known each other, have not lived together at all. This month that she's been out is the longest they've been together outside of prison. Because again, he met her in prison. Okay, he lived with the sister because the sister and the mama lived with him for like 8 or 9 months or whatever. So again, he lived with the sister longer than his own wife. I'm gonna leave that be. I do think he looked like he stank. I agree. I do think the daughter has common sense more than her daddy. Okay, I do think he's trying to get her good. I agree. Okay, I do. I agree. I agree. Okay. Yeah, the thing say she's 36. I was like, okay. Yeah. So anyway, only a month ago. Yes, it felt like forever. Okay. Now we later see that John takes her somewhere. Okay, in their Bonnie and Clyde van, And he like, I want us to go somewhere and take the photo. She didn't know where it was going. And he took her to take Bonnie and Clyde photos so he could propose her again. Now, first of all, you brought me out here in this heat, okay, in these punk ass suits and whatnot. And you could have at least let me put the clothes on at home and not be out here in the wilderness, changing clothes, okay, naked and whatever. But he like, I wanted us to, I know we rushed the marriage first time or whatever, and that was what I wanted and whatnot. You wanted a whole wedding. So will you remarry me? Okay, and we can have a wedding that you always wanted. Now the whole time she looking like, what's going on? Why is he doing this? I don't want to be here. But she never tells him no. She never will, like, I'm not comfortable. Whatever. It's like she just lets things happen. Right. Look at her face. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are we here? Why am I dressed this way? Okay. Why don't you have me out here like that? And I like how she brought up how he put me in the same situation as he did the first time. Meaning he's pressuring me to say yes to a marriage proposal and or a wedding. Yes, poor Christiana. She don't look happy. Okay, she does not look happy at all. Even her in the confessional, because this picture of them up there is them in the confessional together. So how are you with your man? Okay, and you look so unhappy. That eyebrow, girl, that eyebrow is still a whole thing. That I don't understand, but it's fine. But I wish them the best. Now we slowly got down on one knee. I was like, man, help that man up. He should not be down there. But he is making it all about him, and it's not even about her. And he feels like this is the way to win her back by giving her the wedding that she wants, that she's always wanted. And so maybe that will make her feel better. It's like, no, yes, get her own place somewhere. Okay, not she can live with Amber. I don't know. Well, they're in different states, so it's possible. I just, honey, I agree. Okay, I agree. But that is so hilarious. We don't see her say yes or no, but we know she says we know the previews of the season. We see them at a wedding. But I feel like at the wedding, all hell gonna break loose. But that was the whole episode. I'm liking this season how we have more couples, more separate couples. Okay. I just think the only thing I could do without is Amber and Puppy. I think Amber and Puppy could go away. I'm still surprised that they even round here. Okay. But I mean, I don't know. She even let someone else give her crazy eyebrows. Honey, it's just the fact that he had her out them clothes was dirty. They was dirty. And I was confused. Okay. At this point, I'm gonna do a couple of comments and I'm gonna log off, y'all. At this point, they could bring back crazy. Andrea and Lamar. That's true. Andrea and Lamar, that dude Maurice and the other white girl who had a baby. There are other couples they can bring back. And I would be like, okay, cool. Thank you. Help me and stuff. But sis needs help and John is a predator. I do think John is on some bullshit. Okay, all up and through her and the Sarah girl, but we shall see. Okay, y'all, I am done for the day. I will talk to y'all later. I'm about to go and get my mind together. So the only reason I'll put it here because I'm now done. So this morning, not even this morning. So I was up late last night and went to bed at like 7:30 in the morning or whatever because I was taking notes for these shows. And so my sister called me today at 2 p.m. and I was asleep. I was still sleeping or whatever. And my sister FaceTimed me, which she rarely does or whatever. And when I was asleep, and she was like, and I'm like, what, Veronica? And my feet voice. And she was like, look at my face. I'm like, look at what? So I'm can't focus or whatever. And so my uncle passed away today. One of my favorite uncles. So The reason I'm going to bring it up here is because I know I did a video about Nene and Nene, going to the lounge. Nene kind of, feeling as if people had to know what she was going through and, this and that. And I said how, there's a way to be somewhere and, be going through things that no one knows and you're not being funny towards anybody else. So to me, this is my example of what I said. You know what I'm saying? At 2:30 p.m., I was told my favorite uncle passed away today. And I had to click it off in my head because I had a live at 4. And I was like, I have no choice but to, come on and put on some lipstick, pull my hair back, throw on a good vibes on the shirt, and come and perform. And in between the Put a Ring on It live and this one, my mom called me because I hadn't talked to her yet. And so I had to quickly get off because I started crying. So as the intro of this video was playing, the intro music, the waiting room music, as that's playing, I'm crying, and I had to come on camera. So it's an example. People always say, you can't be telling people how to grieve. I would never tell anyone how to grieve. I would never want to tell anyone how to do things and whatnot. However, when you have to come and do work, I could have easily postponed both lives. I could have done that if I let it all hit me because it hasn't hit me yet. And it's an example of you can show grace even when stuff. And that's it. Love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Gotta go. Peace.